A major controversy has just erupted involving the Pittsburgh Steelers and the future of one of their most explosive talents, George Pickens. The young wide receiver, who has been a key piece in the team's offense, might be on the verge of being traded. That's right. Reliable sources are reporting that the team is already taking calls from other franchises interested in the player, and the situation is more serious than many imagined. If you're a Steelers fan or simply follow the NFL, this news could completely reshape Pittsburgh's offensive outlook. And in today's video, we're going to break it all down. Before we dive into the main headlines, we need to update you on a recent move that may be directly connected to the potential departure of George Pickens. Just last month, the Steelers surprised everyone by pulling off a blockbuster trade with the Seattle Seahawks to acquire wide receiver DK Metcalf. And the most shocking part? Pittsburgh didn't just give up their second-round draft pick. They also signed Metcalf to a massive extension, locking him in through 2029. With that move, speculation began. Are the Steelers really planning to invest heavily in two elite receivers at the same time? The signing of DK Metcalf wasn't just a big-time addition. It was also a clear signal of the direction the Steelers intend to take. Metcalf arrived as the team's new number one target, and already secured a 4-year deal worth $132 million. With that massive financial commitment, questions are now swirling about whether there's room and budget to keep George Pickens on the roster long-term. And despite General Manager Omar Khan denying any trade talks, insiders like Jordan Schultz have revealed that the team is not only receiving calls, but also actively making them to gauge the market for Pickens. This saga is just beginning. Now I want to hear from you, Steelers fans and NFL followers. Do you think the Steelers are right to consider trading George Pickens? With DK Metcalf already locked in long-term, do you think there's still space for two high-cost wide receivers on the same roster? Or would it be smarter to take advantage of Pickens' current market value and land some quality draft picks or reinforcements in other needy positions? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your opinion really matters to us and could bring new perspectives to this situation. Now that you understand the scenario involving DK Metcalf and the uncertainty around keeping two star receivers on the roster, it's time to get to the breaking news. The most explosive report in the last few hours has just been confirmed by reliable NFL sources. The Steelers are officially listening to offers for George Pickens. That's right. A team that's always valued building a balanced roster might be about to part ways with one of its most promising young stars, and the final decision could come as soon as draft day. Let's dive into all the details right now. George Pickens, considered one of the most explosive pieces in the Steelers' offense, could be on his way out. According to journalist Diana Rossini from The Athletic, the franchise has already received several calls from teams interested in a potential deal for the wide receiver. And the most surprising part? Pittsburgh is open to listening. This became even more credible after Jordan Schultz from Fox Sports confirmed that the Steelers are both receiving and making calls to explore a trade. Even though GM Omar Khan has tried to downplay the rumors, behind-the-scenes activity suggests Pickens could be packing his bags. If George Pickens really is traded, the impact will be immediate both in the locker room and on the field. Pickens is young, explosive, and still on a team-friendly contract, making him a very attractive target for franchises looking for a high-upside receiver. On the other hand, the Steelers could use this trade to recover the second-round pick they sent to the Seahawks in the DK Metcalf deal. That would give the team more flexibility in the draft to address other needs like the offensive line or the secondary. Still, trading a talent like Pickens could spark fan backlash and put pressure on the team to deliver immediate results. So tell us, passionate Steelers fans and NFL enthusiasts, do you think management is making the right call by opening the door to a possible George Pickens trade? Do you agree with focusing resources on DK Metcalf and using Pickens as trade capital to strengthen other parts of the roster? Or do you think Pittsburgh should keep both and form an unstoppable wide receiver duo? Share your honest opinion in the comments. We really want to know what you think about this possible shakeup in the Steelers' offense. And hey, Steelers fans, this potential George Pickens trade caught everyone by surprise, didn't it? But in the NFL world, anything can happen, especially around draft season. Stay tuned to the channel because any last-minute updates on this story or other Steelers moves, you'll hear it here first. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content. Your support is super important. We'll see you in the next video with another bombshell from the world of football. The Pittsburgh Steelers made a bold move in the 2025 NFL Draft by selecting the imposing Derek Harmon, a 6'4", 313-pound defensive tackle, with the 21st overall pick. This selection has generated high expectations, as Harmon is not only a physical giant but also boasts surprising agility and a repertoire of moves that place him as one of the most exciting prospects on the defensive line. In this video, we'll tell you everything you need to know about this future talent for the Steelers. Before diving into the details of Derek Harmon's selection, it's important to note that the Pittsburgh Steelers defense was already looking to strengthen for the upcoming season. With key players like Cam Hayward, the team was in need of adding a defensive lineman who could provide strength, speed, and versatility. The choice of Harmon seems to be a direct response to that need, aiming to add a player who can complement the existing stars and further strengthen the defensive line. Derek Harmon, the giant from Oregon, stood out in his final season with the Ducks, showing an initial burst of speed that surprised many, despite his imposing size. At 313 pounds, Harmon is not only a wall on defense but also possesses surprising agility to attack different gaps and offensive lines. In 2024, he led the nation in quarterback pressures with 55, making him one of the most impressive prospects at his position. Additionally, he recorded 10.5 tackles for loss and 5 sacks, excelling in his ability to adapt and execute multiple defensive techniques with great precision. Now that you know more about Derek Harmon, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think his style of play and skills make him a key piece for the Steelers in the near future? Or do you think the team should have gone with another defensive prospect? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective on how Harmon could impact Pittsburgh's defense. Now that we've gotten to know Derek Harmon and his impressive qualities, let's move on to the main news that's causing a stir. Something significant has just happened that could change the direction of the Steelers' defensive line. Here's everything you need to know about this move that could turn Pittsburgh's defensive strategy on its head in the coming years. The Pittsburgh Steelers took a strategic step by selecting Derek Harmon in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. This move not only strengthens a defensive line that already includes key figures like Cam Hayward, but it also raises expectations about Harmon's immediate impact. With his ability to pressure the quarterback and his adaptability to different defensive techniques, the Steelers have found a prospect who could quickly become a key piece of the defense. This move could be crucial in further strengthening Pittsburgh's defensive game in the coming years. The addition of Derek Harmon has major implications for the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. With his ability to generate pressure on the quarterback and his flexibility to cover various gaps, Harmon could change the dynamics of the defensive game. Additionally, his integration into a defensive line led by veterans like Cam Hayward could allow the Steelers to optimize their defensive scheme. This move could also influence other teams in the AFC, as Pittsburgh has just bolstered one of its most crucial units for competing in the conference. What do you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers' selection of Derek Harmon? Do you believe he will be able to quickly adapt to the team's defensive system and contribute from the start? Or do you think it will take more time for him to develop before becoming a key player? Leave your opinion in the comments. We want to know what you think about Harmon's future in Pittsburgh. That's all for today on Derek Harmon and his future with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Stay tuned for more news on the team and how this selection could shape the defense in the upcoming season. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and leave your comments. See you in the next video with more exclusive information.